to my high school advice video. Hey. Okay, so I'm so excited to do this because I've always wanted to help people out with like high school and everything, just school in general. Like, even though this is targeted for upcoming freshmen and like even sophomores, juniors, and our upcoming seniors, it's for everyone in high school. I don't care if you're like in middle school, you can watch this too if you need some advice, like you want to be extra prepared. A lot of the advice here, it's going to apply pretty much everywhere. So like anyone can watch. Anyone can watch. You can be 50 and still watch this. But I always wanted to make a video like this because I just know that these videos have always helped me throughout my years of like high school and middle school and everything. I just feel like every single year I would be watching an advice video, so I would be prepared and I would know what I'm doing. And I just really love some good advice videos. So I hope that this one helps you out the same way that the other ones on YouTube helped me out. This is going to be into 4 portions. So I have notes right here in front of me. So if I'm like looking around and stuff, it's because I have like stuff written and I just want to make sure that I have everything prepared. So also, I don't know if I'm supposed to look at the camera or at myself. So if I'm doing that too, like, I'm so sorry. I do not do this often, so bear with me. So we're going to be talking about your studying and homework tips. We're also going to talk about glowing up, relationships, and then all the stuff that you need to bring and you need to have. And that includes like hygiene products as well. So don't even worry, I got you covered on that. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing that we're going to talk about, of course, is studying and homework because that's the most important. But if you don't want to listen to that, you can go ahead and skip to the other part. I don't care. You can have bad grades. But, we're here to be on top of our game. So first thing you need to know before I show you like actual note techniques, turn in your work no matter what. Turn it in on time. I don't care if you only did like 2 questions on that assignment. Turn it in on time, especially if you know that your teacher has like a turn-in policy. Like, oh, you only have till Friday to turn things in. I won't accept it after Friday type of teacher. Please just turn it in on time. Don't try to turn it in later because you don't want to like get it returned back to you and they're like, oh yeah, I'm not accepting this, it's late. Even if you only did like half of the assignment, turn it in anyway because partial points is better than no points at all. And I know it can be a little frustrating, like you don't want to turn in something that's like incomplete because it just feels wrong and it feels like it's just like, but I want to complete it. If you know that you're a procrastinator and you're probably going to forget about it and you're not going to complete it and it's due like right now, the day of, like, try to get it done that day too. Try to finish it if you haven't been finishing it, but or keeping up with it. But do not try to keep it and then wait till the next day to turn it in, like knowing that they won't accept it. Just turn it on time. The worst that could happen is that you get like partial points, or they might just give it back. Your teacher might just give it back to you and just say like, this isn't finished, finish it up and then turn it back into me tomorrow. Because some of them, they do bend their own rules because they see that you at least tried and you wanted to turn it in on time. So always turn it on time. It doesn't matter. Ask questions, even if you think that is stupid, because I always thought that asking questions were like, I always thought it was embarrassing for some reason. And like me, I've always been an honors student up until like a certain point because it's just like, it started, my mental state and everything started affecting my school life. But even as like someone who was so used to being an honor student and used to being in like the smart classes, I mean, I still felt like stupid for asking questions. I was so afraid that like I was the only one around my peers who didn't know what was going on, and I didn't want to be that person to ask a question that everyone knows the answer to but me. And I just want you to know that most likely everyone probably has the same question and they're thinking the same thing. They're like, "Oh, I don't want to ask this question because they're going to think I'm stupid," or like everyone else probably knows this and I'm the only one. Everyone's thinking the same thing and no one's really judging you for asking something. Like if you don't get it, you just don't get it. And if they do make fun of you, I mean like at least you're trying and at least you're trying to learn and you want to know what's going on. That's better than not asking and then like literally not knowing what to do for your assignment. Like, just you either want to ask a question and get the assignment done as soon as possible, like get it done early maybe and have some free time afterwards, or like just be productive, or you don't ask your question, you sit there confused and feeling stupid. So, pick your poison. Always ask questions. There's nothing wrong with that. Always write notes in color. Me, I love taking notes. If you know me, if you know me, and if you ever had a class with me or you ever like copy notes from me, you know that my notes are always in color and they're always neat. I use Papermate pens, which is something that I like highly recommend. They're a little bit pricey, but I feel like they're pretty worth the price because they write really well and they last a long time. But if you don't want to spend that much money on pens, that's totally reasonable. And like, there are other colored pens that you can use that are cheaper, but Papermate they're definitely like really good. But this is like an example of my notes right here. I always do like two different colors. Like I have a lighter pink and then a darker pink right there, like a magenta type of color. And right here I have blue and purple. And the reason why I do it in color is because writing in color actually like strengthens your memory. It helps you memorize things a bit better. And the reason why I do two separate colors is because, like, for example, back to this page, um I have everything. I have majority of the writing in light pink, but the ones in dark pink, or like the dark or purplish color, I don't know what to call that, but the ones that are written in the darker color, I wrote them like that so I know that those are the key, like most important parts, like the ones I really want to remember. So that's why I do two different colors, because if I know that majority of the page is going to be one color, I want to write the like vocab words or keywords in dark so then they stand out and that I remember them better and I know that I need to really pay attention to those. Another one that I have right here, and this is my notes from my AP language class. So if you're taking that class, like this is a great way to do your notes. So I have like my important words right here in green and everything else is written in pencil. That day I felt like writing in pencil. I don't know. But usually my notes are in pen and they're colorful for a reason. And another thing you want to do if you like don't like writing like I do, because me, I'm always writing. I think I'm a visual learner, so I always want to read something. That could mean like you're better at watching things as examples or looking at pictures, but for me it's reading. And so that's why I write so much. But if you're a type of person who isn't really a fan of writing a lot of notes, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you have to. I'm sorry. You have to write notes regardless. Like it's helpful but you don't need to write as much as I do. I mean, I write a lot, like a lot. I've always been a writer. But for people who want to, like save time and make sure it's done fast, a good way to do it is by taking pictures if you're allowed to use your phone in class, or you can ask permission if you could like take a picture of the board. That's a good way of like looking back at your notes so you can look back at it when you get home. Or like if you don't feel like writing in class, you can take those pictures and then write it at home if you write your notes better at home. Because I know some people like don't like to do their work in class because it's just too much going on and they like get their work done better when they're in their own room or like dining room, wherever it is at home. Making bullet points. One thing that I love to do is make bullet points because it just like saves me time. I like kind of reword whatever it is, like the content that I watched or the content that I've read, and then when I take my notes, I like to put in shorter versions, so in bullet points. It's way easier that way. I kind of have like a small example here. Like up here is my bullet points, and then over here I just have like important stuff. This is one of my like kind of ugly notes, but I like to do that because it's also just neater as well, and it's just quicker, easier. You can always type as well. I like to type my notes sometimes when I don't feel like writing, or it even comes in handy when you just simply don't have paper or pencil that day. Like a Google Doc, I sometimes make notes on there, not all the time, because writing is just better for me. But when I type it, it's way faster and way easier if you're a fast typer like me. And also, you can still write your notes in color on a Google Doc. So you can like type it all in black first and then, you know, figure out how you want to color coordinate it afterwards, or just type it in color as you go. That's a really nice way to do your notes. I do have some in my school account, like my Google Docs, but I don't have the example right now. I'm sorry, but I might post an example on my Instagram story or something, which you can find in the description down below. So now I'm going to show you some examples, like some methods that you can use for notes, and then after that we're going to go to the next portion of the video. So right here I have the the Cornell method and the blurting method. So I personally do not use these methods, but I had them saved in my Pinterest just in case I wanted to change up my style. But me, I just kind of like freestyle everything because I always feel like I'm right, so that's just me. But if you don't know how to write notes and you don't really know where to start, there's always like methods you can search up on Pinterest, and I found these ones. You have the Cornell method. I don't know if you learned this in school before. I remember learning it in school a while back. But right here, you have your date, title, your main notes, you have your keywords and like vocab words, or like, you know, just little small key ideas that you got from your content, and then a summary of everything that you got all together. I think this is a really good method, especially the summary portion, because when you get to write like a full summary of everything that you read, it lets you know that like how much you understand the content that you just looked at. So writing the summary is a really good idea, and also the keywords, because I mean, obviously, like, there's always going to be vocab words that you need to learn regardless of what grade you're in or what class you take. Even if the teacher doesn't specifically assign you vocab words to memorize, there are always going to be those keywords that you need to know, because you know that you're learning about those things the most, and you know that those things will probably be on your test. So the keyword portion is definitely important. So the next one I want to do is the blurting method, and it looks just like the Cornell, but it's a bit different the way you go edit. You have your date and your title, and here you just put like small information like the vocab and everything, like how the video went or content went. And then you have the info you forgot, and then the active questions. So the reason why you have these is because up here is all of the stuff that you remembered from the content that you just read or watched. So you just kind of like, that's why it's called the blurting method, because you're kind of just blurting out whatever comes to mind that's about the information that you just learned about. And then, you know, you blurt it all on the page. It's almost like a free write, but it's about your assignment. And that's why you have this right here on everything that you forgot, because you're going to go back to whatever that you read or watched, and then you're going to write down actual information as you go, as you're watching or reading it. And right here is the questions that you have about it before watching it for the second time. So I think that's a pretty decent method. The only thing that I might be concerned about is not having enough room for like the actual information. So this is not something that I would personally use, but if you want to go ahead and give it a try, go ahead. Like, nobody's stopping you. So that is all for the homework and studying tips. And I will most likely have my Pinterest also down below. And on my Pinterest, there will be boards about like motivation for your school studying and everything like that. And there's also another board that I have that has note tips just like these, and also like different ways of writing, like you know, you have better words that you can use except for another word, like vocab words and stuff that you can learn too. So two separate little boards that's school related. So without further ado, let's go get on to the relationship portion, which I know you guys are probably excited about. So what we have here is our relationships portion. And this is not just about romantic relationships, it's also about your friendships and relationships with your teachers and everything like that. So, if you're like me, I was once one of those people who felt like popularity was everything. This was more of me like in middle school, because like I was like 12, 13, 14. So, of course I felt that way because that's all I saw on TV, and like you know, I was easily influenced. So I felt like popularity was just like you want to peak in high school, you want to be that girl in high school, but the thing is you do not want to peak in high school. Let me tell you something. Look at me. Look at me. I don't know if I'm looking at you here or if I'm looking at you here. But the people who seem like popular and they seem like they're all that in high school, I promise you, they have nothing going on for themselves outside of high school. That is why they're peaking. They are peaking in high school, peaking, meaning that they are this is the best it's going to get. Like, this is the best they're ever going to be, and then it's not going to go anywhere from here on out. That's what it means to peak. You do not want to peak in high school. You don't want to be, you want to be the best version of yourself, but you don't want it to end there. You want to keep being that best version. You want to keep uplifting yourself, and you want to keep elevating from there. A lot of these people, especially like when you see all these popular couples, and you would look at those couples and you'll be like, oh my God, like they're everything. I wish I had a man like that, or I wish I had a girl like her, or whatever. These couples are not as cute as they seem. They're not. And I know from personal experience. I've dated before in high school, and I've had a year-long relationship, which I thought was endgame. I thought, oh my God, this is the longest relationship I've ever had. Oh, it's going to last forever. Well, it didn't. It didn't. And that's okay. But the thing about that relationship was that everyone around me was jealous of it. They were like, oh my God, we want what you guys have. I want to be like you guys. Oh, you guys are so cute. You guys are so perfect. But nobody knew that me and that person were struggling behind the scenes. We started off good, and then we started struggling like behind the scenes. And nobody knew about it because we didn't tell our business about our relationship like ever. But that just goes to show that things seem to be perfect, and they seem to be like so pleasing, like everyone's having a good time, they're so good together, oh my God, like perfect couple. And then they're struggling behind the scenes. I'm not saying that's every couple, but most of the time it is. I mean, it's high school, for Christ's sake. None of these couples are like lasting, and some do. There's a small portion that do, but most of them, they're not good. And I'm not just talking for me too. I mean, I've been in that situation, but I've seen like other people too, and how they come off so cute, and then you find out what's going on with them behind the scenes. I mean, I got a lot of that during my senior year. I was seeing all types of broken couples. So just know that just because you see other people in a relationship, it doesn't mean that you need one and that you should also have a relationship. There's going to be so many people like hooking up around you, but don't feel bad if you like haven't got that yet, or if you haven't found someone, because like it's just high school. Like you're most likely not gonna find your true love in high school, because you're gonna go to so many places. You're gonna, I mean, if you're going to college, you might find someone in college or at your job after college, or you know, there's so many other places where you can meet people. You can't just assume that your soulmate is going to be in this one very place. That's just not how things are always going to go. So yeah, just don't be worried about relationships, don't be worried about popularity. these popular people, like I said, they're only that way, like they're the it girl or the it boy in school because they're not the it girl or it boy outside of school. I mean, seriously, if you have time to like be on everyone's good graces and like have time to like befriend all of these freaking people, first of all, majority of those people are going to be fake. Remember that. And also, like, you don't like, you have time to be like in the hallway messing with some girls or whatever, but you don't have time to be in your class like doing your assignment. Oh, so just trust me on that. Like, these people who are all that in high school, they most likely do not become all that outside of it because they don't have any hobbies. They don't do anything. They know that this is their moment in high school because they know they have nothing going on outside of it. So just remember that. This is the next one. A small group is always going to be better than a larger group. Like I said before, if you have time to have all these friends and everything, you have so many friends, like a large group, 9 times out of 10, majority of them are fake and they're not really like your friends for real, like you think. I like having a small group of friends. I have like 3 friends. Like, well, I have other friends, but it's like I have only like 2 that I really talk to like regularly, and then I have my few others that I see like every few months. And like when we see each other, it's like there was no like gap in the first place. Like it felt like we've, been around each other this whole time. So it's not like a big deal. But you don't want to have like a large group of friends that you talk to them regularly, you go out with them all the time, because it's too much to keep up with. Most of them are fake, and it's a distraction. It causes a lot of drama. I mean, I could give you so many reasons why it's just like too much. And like I said, I've seen this happen before so many times. I've had my own experience with being like in a bigger friend group before. It's so much drama. Like, and then there's always going to be that one person who doesn't like the other person, and then you like the person who doesn't like the other person. So then the person who isn't like is like, oh, why are you hanging out with them? They don't like me. And it's always going to be some type of conflict, or somebody wants somebody's boyfriend, or somebody's boyfriend wants somebody's girlfriend, or somebody's boyfriend wants somebody's boyfriend. Who knows? It's always going to be something. So you just want to have like your few friends who aren't too much drama. You guys get along, you have some stuff in common, like everything's chill. But like, you don't need a large group of friends. It's just too overwhelming. Like, it's too overwhelming. And another thing is that you need to keep your priorities straight, because even though having friends is important, having relationships is important, I mean, I don't think that it's necessarily a good thing to be like friendless throughout all of your years of high school, because it kind of keeps you from experiencing things and having fun, because having fun is still very important. It's just as important as like your grades and everything like that, but you have to make sure that you know what comes first. So always make sure that you get your sleep like you're supposed to, get your 8 hours, you get your work done, and then you can be on the phone with your friends. I know you want to like talk shit about people till 3 a.m. with your friends, or you want to play 2K with your friends, or you want to play Fortnite or Roblox like all night. I've had those situations all the time because I am 18 and I'm still obsessed with Roblox. I've been playing since I was 7, and I would be up late, like till midnight, playing some Roblox with my friends, and then I would get to school surviving off of 4 hours of sleep, and then I would crash by like my 4th hour class. So please just get your sleep. Your friends will understand that you need to go to bed, and if they're actually giving you a hard time because of it, then maybe they're just not not good examples, not someone that you should be friends with, or people you should rely on. But get your sleep. You come home from school, you get whatever work that needs to be done, or at least get most of it done. And then you can talk to your friends if you want to, or you can scroll through your Pinterest or scroll through Instagram or TikTok or watch YouTube or Netflix, whatever. You can do whatever you want after you get your work done. Like, please do not make the same mistake that I did, because I let my relationships affect me so hard in like my sophomore year, and I was spiraling. That was the worst my mental health has ever been. I was barely getting sleep. I was mentally unstable. I was always going through it with some guy or whatever, and we would be fighting. It would ruin my mood. I go home crying. I don't do my work, and it was repetitive. It was like a circle. So because of that, it affected my grades, and then I had to pay the price for it later in my junior year, and then I had to retake classes, and then I had to retake a class this year too. You don't want to be a senior taking history. You just don't. That class, like, that class for the underclassmen, and I was like the only senior in there, and you don't want to do that. That's embarrassing. So just get your priorities straight. You don't want to make that same mistake that I did, because you will have to pay the price, and it's not gonna be fun. But I'm glad that I got it over with, and I met some pretty cool sophomores in the process, so I'm grateful for you guys. So I already said that relationships don't last. I mean, some of them do, but most of them don't. Don't beat yourself up if you like get in a relationship and like it doesn't work out. Like, it's totally fine. Everything comes to an end eventually, and I don't mean this to be like negative. It's just that, like, when one door closes, another one opens. So don't beat yourself up over it. Like, go through whatever emotions you need to go through, but like, don't make yourself feel bad or think that it's your fault that something came to an end. It's not your fault. Things just happen. But don't like avoid relationships. Like, I don't think that someone shouldn't date at all in high school, but I'm just saying be careful like who you do spend your time with and who you do like let get close to you, and be careful with who you let touch you too. And I think you know what I mean by that. Like, you don't want to invite just anybody, because not everyone's intentions are good. Please do not like go straight for it like right away, like especially if they ask and you know deep down that you're not really ready for something like that. Just say no. Please just say no. Like, just tell them you're not ready, and if they give you attitude for it, then please, I'm begging you, let them go. Because someone who gets mad at you for setting a boundary, they are not someone you want to be with. They have no respect for you. I promise you that. And trust me, I know. So watch who you have sex with, watch who you kiss, and who and yes, we're going to talk about that. This is a safe space. Like, come on, everyone's teenagers, you guys are growing up, you're going through changes and whatever, so we all know it's going to happen. Let's not act like it won't. And be careful who you tell your business to, because rumors spread very fast, like quick. And it could even be your friend. I mean, they don't always have the worst intentions. Sometimes it slips out. Some people just can't hold water. Or like, sometimes people overhear. Like, just watch what you say. And I'm telling you right now, saying your business out loud in a classroom and then getting mad when someone looks at you is not cute. And yeah, like, I'm being so serious, because it's so annoying when someone's loud as hell in a classroom and they're like, oh yeah, and then he told me my butt was fat and he got a girlfriend, and I was like, and you're loud as hell and everyone looks at you and like, oh my god, you're all up in my business, like, mind y'all business, y'all messy. Baby, you're messy. You're the one who's messy, and we know that you're doing that for people's attention, so just don't be that person. Please don't be that person. We all know what you're trying to do. We all see you, and no one thinks you're cool. No one thinks you're cute. No one thinks you're funny for that. No one even, like, is trying to beef with you or hate you for that. They just don't care. They don't care. Like, no one cares about what you have going on, so please just keep your mouth shut. Like, do not do stuff like that. It's never been cute. The part that I'm looking the most forward to is the glowing up portion. We're glowing up. Okay, so what you need to know is that glowing up is not just about out here, it's also about in here. You have to always have confidence. Always, always, always have confidence. Always, you should know who you are. You should know you're that girl or whoever you are. Always have confidence. It doesn't matter if everyone around you is wearing the same thing. You want to stand out regardless. And it is very much possible, and we're going to get into that. So first I want to talk about like skin and your body and stuff like that. One thing that you should know is that having a silk pillowcase is better for your skin and your hair. And the reason why is because it's not as rough as like a normal pillowcase would. Like, I think it's cotton or something, I don't know. A normal pillowcase is more rough. It's gonna like be tough on your skin and also your hair. Like, it could pull your hair and break your hair off. So have a silk pillowcase, and that is exactly why Black girls wear silk bonnets. It's so it protects their hair and it doesn't pull it off or break it. And it's the same with your skin. So hold on, maybe I can show you. So right here, my bed, it's a silk pillowcase, and my sheets are also silk. My cover is not, because then I would have no covers left in the middle of the night, because you know it's slippery. But I do have a silk fitted sheet and then a silk pillowcase, because it's soft on your skin. And obviously, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm gonna say it, but wash every day, like, or like at least every other day. I mean, you don't want to go like 2-3 days without showering. Like a day, I'm not going to judge you, but like, yeah, like make sure you're washing often. Please stay away from using perfumed soaps down there on the private area. It is not meant for that. It's going to make you smell bad. Trust me, you're going to get an infection if you use something with scented like perfumes inside of the soap. So do not use that down there, because it's gonna infect you and you're gonna have a smell. Always use soaps without like those perfumes in it. So anything that's Bath and Body Works, like liquid soap, do not use it down there in your privates. You can use it on your arms and your legs and your feet and like your back, but not your kitty. Okay. So what I use though, I'm gonna go ahead and give me a second. I'm gonna show you what it is. You want to always make sure you have a good lotion. This right here, this is not sponsored, but EOS, if you see this, sponsor me. EOS lotion is really, really good. And I, at first, was one of those people who were not going to get it because I thought that people were just getting it for how cute, like, the bottle is. And the bottle is really cute. Like, the packaging is so cutesy to me. And I thought that people were getting it for the aesthetics of it, or, like, just because it's a trend or it's popular. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to get it. So I went ahead and bought it. And I was like, I was afraid that it was just going to be one of those lotions that just smell good. But they aren't, like, you know, they aren't... what am I trying to say? I thought that this was gonna be a lotion that smells good, but doesn't like, it's not thick enough, it doesn't keep you moisturized, and it doesn't spread well. But it's thick, it spreads well, and it smells great. Right here, I have the coconut water. This is really good. And then I also use coconut oil for my body. Coconut oil is good for your skin. It like kind of erases dark spots. I had a bite on my leg and it was bruised so freaking bad. Like, it was super dark, it was super ugly. So I put coconut oil on it for like 2 days, and then it went away, like the bruise went away. And now all that's left is the scar, and that's starting to fade too. So coconut oil is really good for that, and also good for moisturizing. It also makes you look very shiny and clean. So I suggest using this. It also smells good, and it's also good for your hair as well. So I suggest using this. I use this at night, but sometimes I use it like during the day if I go out, if I want to look like I'm glistening in the sun. But I usually just use it at night because it's pretty thick, and you know, I don't want to like be too hot in the daytime. So, and then I will have this first, and then I put this on for a nice little sweet smell. Another thing that you want to use is this Secret aluminum free deodorant. It is so good because if you can see right here, it's clear and solid. So it's almost done. But yeah, it's really good because it doesn't like show up, like it doesn't have like white spots. Like I have some on right now and you can't tell because it doesn't like show the white like gooey mess that most deodorants do, and I absolutely hate that. Like I just have this thing, like I don't know how to explain it, but when it comes to stuff like that, it just it grosses me out so bad. And I also hate when it like when deodorant rubs against your clothes and you have like white marks like right here. Yeah, no, but this one doesn't do that. As long as you don't use like a shit ton of it, like obviously you don't want to roll it like 20 times on your armpits because then obviously it's going to show, but like you can do like 5 to 8 of these and it won't really like do like all that extra stuff, and it smells pretty good. It doesn't have like a really heavy like perfumey smell. This is clear water lily, that's the scent that I got, and I got that because I knew it was going to be light, and I don't really like deodorants that are too strong, like has too much of a sweet scent, because then when I actually start to sweat it might smell like must and perfume, and I don't like that combination at all. So I just got something light, so then when I sweat it's not nothing like smelly or like a weird smell to it. For my perfume, I use Jimmy Choo. I like J'adore. I think that's how you say it. I also like this cherry blossom mist that like my 7th grade boyfriend got me, and I still have it because I just like wasn't wearing perfume that often before, but as I got older I started like wearing it more, so that's why I still have it. But like it smells really good. So Jimmy Choo, I don't know which one exactly it is, but it comes in like a red box and it's like a golden bottle. It smells so good. It was a gift from my dad's girlfriend. It makes you smell like very mature and like rich, if that makes sense. So I use that all the time, and let me tell you, I got so many compliments on my smell after wearing that. So I will wear it like every day, like, oh, put it here, 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 behind my knees, and that's it. So yeah, I was like getting so many compliments, like girl, you smell so good, and I'll tell them, yeah, girl, it's Jimmy Choo. Yeah, you should get those. J'adore, that one's like, it's not, I don't know which one it is because my grandma gave it to me. I didn't see the packaging or anything like that, but this one that I have, it's like very like, it's not, I don't know how to describe it. It just smells good. Like, just trust me, it smells good. And then cherry blossom mist, it's more like since it's a mist, it's more lighter on you, and it feels really good when I spray it too. It's like, I don't know if they still sell it because like I said, I got it in like 7th grade, so that was years ago, and I don't know. But it smells really light, and like you smell like a flower. It smells feminine and light. It's sweet, but it's not like too sweet because it's like a very like perfume. So some things I use for my face, African black soap. I've only just started using it, but I do have a friend who used it, and her skin, I've never seen it break out. Like I never seen a pimple on that girl's face, like ever. I don't know if it's just like genetics or like just how she is, but her skin has always looked so good, and she used African black soap. So I started using it on my skin. I still don't really know like if it's doing anything, but I do have like some breakouts and some dark spots that I'm trying to clear up. But I do suggest it because it's a natural soap and it doesn't have all those chemicals and like other stuff in it like other soaps do. So I do suggest that. One thing I would warn you though, it is kind of messy. It's like, and it's dark, so then like when you rub it, it will like, and you rinse it off, you will see like dark water coming off. But don't think that it's like because it's dirty or anything. It's just a very natural soap. It's supposed to be that way, so that's a good thing. I also would recommend CeraVe because it's gentle and it's good for like sensitive skin. They have stuff for, I think they have stuff for all types of skin types too. So you can get CeraVe based on whatever your skin is like. Cetaphil is also good for sensitive skin. It's very gentle, and these are like all um dermatologists like recommended. So La Roche, I think that's what it's called. That one's good too. I like that one. And then I also use this small bottle that I got from South Africa, but you can also get it from like Walmart or something here. I would say though, I think the one from South Africa works better than the one from here in America, but you can still get it in America and see how it works for you. But it's called a carotene, and it's in this little bottle. It's yellow and it has an orange top, and that's for erasing your dark spots. So you use just a little bit and you rub it like into your dark areas. So yeah, it like makes it brighter. So another thing, we're going to get into things that you probably hear all the time, but I can't stress this enough: get 8 hours of sleep. Get 8 hours of sleep. It actually does make a difference, and believe it or not, the way that you sleep actually does affect your face. If you don't get enough sleep, you will know because you'll start breaking out here. um and I think your forehead too. I'm not sure if it was the forehead. I think the forehead is stress, and then right here is like the way that you eat, and then also the forehead is like sleep. So like it, there's like a, if you search up acne face map, then you would know, it'll show you like what causes certain breakouts. But all I know is that not getting the sleep that you need does cause you to break out like real bad. So get that together. You want to drink enough water, drink a lot of water. That's gonna brighten your skin, makes you look more alive. It's good for you. You need it to survive. So obviously you need to drink water. Holding back on oily, salty, or sugary foods as well. I'm not saying cut it off as a whole. I still eat stuff like that, but cutting back a little bit is important. I know y'all like Chipotle. I know you like Chipotle, but there's so much salty stuff and oily stuff in there. You can't have a Chipotle bowl twice a week. It's just not good for you. It's making you big, and it's also making you break out, and it's just not good for your health. So cut back a little bit. You don't need that much Chipotle in one month or 1 week. So hold back, okay? I know you want like your Wendy's or McDonald's, whatever, but first of all, we're not doing McDonald's. But I know you like your oily foods and your burgers and stuff and all that. Or French fries. I love me a good French fry. But you don't need it that much because it's making you break out. Oily, greasy foods make you break out real bad. And especially like sugary things, it makes you bigger. It makes you like gain more weight. And in places that you might not want. Clean nails too. And guys, I'm really looking at the boys here, the men, the young man. Please make sure your nails are clean. Please make sure your nails are clean. And if you're stupid, you're going to probably say like, oh, I'm a man, why would I need my nails done? Oh, isn't that gay? Let's not do that. We're getting too old to be talking like that. Like seriously, we're getting too old. Make sure your nails look clean. No one likes a man with dirty nails. No one likes a man with dirty nails. Okay? Okay. No one likes that. Make sure they're clean. Make sure they're cut. Make sure, you get the dirt out. You file them. You, like, especially if you're sexually active, you don't want long nails or long dirty nails. They need to be cut and clean. And for people who like to get their nails done, these are like my prom nails, so they're a bit much. But if it was like a regular day, I usually have like an almond shape and like just a simple color. I feel like that looks more natural and more classy in a way. I don't like to do like long nails all the time because it kind of just it can be like much sometimes. I do like them, but if I just want to look more naturally beautiful, like cute, clean, then I'll do like a shorter almond nail. And I suggest that for you. Or just do like a simple French tip, like square French tip, coffin French tip, but like nothing too long, nothing too much, because it kind of just takes away from everything. Like it's just a bit much sometimes. But I definitely do stuff like this for special occasions like prom. And yeah, so make sure if you like your nails done, do something simple, because simple, less is more. And I think that is really cute. But no judgment if you get something long, like these or longer. No judgment. So making sure that you smell good down there, especially for my sexually active girlies, you want to make sure that you smell fine. Like you obviously are not gonna smell like peaches and roses and cherries and rainbows and whatever. But you don't want like a foul smell. Like everyone has like a smell. Yes, everyone has a smell down there. It's going to have a smell regardless of what you do. There's no way of getting rid of it. But to keep you from smelling foul, if it smells bad, everyone's going to know you smell bad. And the thing about that is that when someone smells bad, like everyone's going to know. And the reason why is because, and I know this because people would smell somebody and they'll come to me and they'll be like, oh my God, have you smelled so and so? They smell so bad. They smell like mildew or they smell like musty. And then it spreads around and they're like, oh yeah, I heard so and so's musty. Like, that's the one thing that people are not afraid to tell everyone else, but the actual person who smells bad. So just don't be that person who smells bad. Um, but yes, if you want your kitty to smell good, cranberry juice, eating your fruit and veggies, especially like pineapple. And you can drink cranberry juice, or if you want to go the extra mile and take like cranberry pills, you can do that too. But I think that's a bit much, and you don't want to be like, you know, looking like a fiend, like taking pills, even though they're not like drugs, it's still like a bit much. But there are cranberry pills for kind of flushing all that nasty out and making you smell a bit better down there. But I just suggest drinking the cranberry juice. And most importantly, like your clothes and how you present yourself. You always want to accessorize. Like right now, I just have earrings and my necklace and my rings, bracelets, because even though I just have my pajamas on right now, I like to accessorize to, make myself look classy, make myself look put together, even though my hair isn't really done. Like, still, I still have something going on for myself, especially when there's like a uniform. It's going to get in the way. It's going to be like, oh my God, I can't be myself. But my whole thing is I won best dress of my class. So my tip is, if you have a dress code, always be in a gray area. And what I mean by that is that you don't want to wear something that's like obviously not dress code, but you want to wear something where they're like, wait, is that dress code? And then they have to look at you and be like, well, technically, so I can't really say anything, but you're almost crossing the line, but you're not really there, so I can't get you in trouble for that. You want to wear something like that. Like, for example, we had to wear navy blue, khaki, or black pants or skirts. And what I had this like navy blue plaid skirt, so it had like light blue stripes and white as well as the navy blue. And I'll have that with a white collared shirt. And people be like, oh, that's not dress code. I'm like, well, they didn't say we couldn't wear plaid skirts. And it's the school color, so. And it was super cute. So that's my like advice right there. So you can still like be in dress code but still stand out in a way, and still look good. And that's how I won best dress, even though we technically have like a uniform or dress code. So yeah, like, and that says a lot. So take my advice here. So last thing that I want to talk about is what you need. Obviously you need a backpack. I mean, but you want one with a lot of room, because if you have like a locker that's not very spacious, or you don't have room in your locker, you want to be able to put certain things in it, like your menstrual products, for people with uteruses, lip gloss and chapstick, lip gloss or chapstick, I should say. Small lotion, a small perfume or cologne, deodorant. You want to have enough stuff for the first day. I know that you think like you're not going to do anything the first day or you're not going to need anything, but you might want to write something down. You might need to write something down. Like, the thing is, like, yeah, 9 times out of 10, you won't really do anything the first day or maybe the first 2 days, but you should always have something to write with. Like, that really pisses me off when people don't have pens or pencils. It's actually crazy to me because you're like, what, 16 and you still don't know how to, like, bring writing utensils to school? We're not doing that because that's actually embarrassing. It's like not even cute. It's not even funny. Like, get your life together. So make sure on your first week you have at least 2 notebooks, at least 2 folders, pens, pencils, and a pencil case. That's it. And then you'll see like what you need from there on out. You might need more. You're most likely going to need more folders. Because for me, I would always have a folder for each subject so then my stuff doesn't get mixed up. And I hate when people just have one folder or they just have a stack of papers. You can't keep up with that. You just can't. It's too much. Like, it's so much easier when you have a folder for each subject. So then you just like know where is what and what is where. Like, come on. Like, be a bit more organized. Like, it's so simple. So 2 notebooks, 2 folders for the first day, and of course, some stuff to write with. You most likely do need your whole pack of pencils because pencils get lost so easily. People steal, you might lend somebody one, they easily get left behind. Just bring the whole pack. And also, I suggest having a pack of pencils and pens for home and a pack of pencils and pens for school. So then, when you want to do like your homework and stuff at home or your notes at home, you don't touch your pencil case because that is for school and you don't want to leave stuff behind at home and then have less stuff for school, or you don't want to lose something. You just want to keep it where it is and only use it when it's needed. So you have your own stuff at home and you use that when you do anything at home. And let's see, I feel like having an extra pair of earrings, like, yes, I know I'm extra, but I would keep an extra pair of earrings in my locker. I have 1 gold and 1 silver because I have this rule for myself where I never leave the house without earrings in. That's just how I am. I got my ears pierced when I was 6 months, so I've never like had no earrings. Like, I used to sleep in earrings, but I don't do that anymore. But I leave the house with my earrings on. And if I ever forgot because I rushed, there will be a pair in my locker and I would take them off at the end of the day and put them back in my locker. Sometimes I took them home, but I would just bring it back to school maybe, just in case. You never know. And also hair ties. Hair ties are so important. And like that goes to everybody because I mean, like, you have your guys with dreads or whatever. So you always want to have a hair tie in your locker just in case. So yes, I always have hair ties in my locker. This isn't necessarily something you need, but something that I would suggest is having like a nice motivational like posters in your locker. My locker was like heavily decorated this year. I had a bunch of motivational like quotes and like pictures in my locker to kind of like keep me confident and keep me more determined. Like, so I think it's pretty cool. I wouldn't suggest like having as much as I had. Like, my locker was decorated head to toe, but like just a few of them, like maybe like 3 or 4 or maybe 5, like just spaced out. And you read 1 or 2 while you're getting your stuff from your locker or you're opening it, or by the end of the day or at the beginning of the day. And it's pretty helpful, actually. It's nice to see that, and it also makes your locker look cute, so it just keeps you like wanting to like continue with school, like get through the day. And also having a small mirror for your locker or for your bag, because I know that getting to the bathroom can be like too much work and like it can make you late for class sometimes, especially when the bathroom is packed. And you just want to look in the mirror for a second. You just want to make sure your edges are laid or like your lashes look fine, like one of them isn't lifting, or like, you just want to redo your lip combo real quick. But Sometimes that's just not possible, so I suggest having a mirror in your locker so you can do that like in the beginning of the day or like in between classes if you have time, or just keeping one, like a small one for your bag so you can do it like in class when you have time. I'm not saying like do that while the teacher's talking or anything, but like yeah, when you get the chance, like, you know, because you always want to look put together. You always want to, you can be both smart and gorgeous. You can be both like all business and also hot. So you can balance both. Keep up with it and stay consistent. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it with my school advice. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I'm sorry the video was too long, but like that's everything that you actually need to know. So if you want like more advice on glowing up and stuff like that, I can do a whole separate video for that in more detail. I do not mind doing that at all whatsoever. Because I can talk for hours, obviously, as you can see. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.